Brought to you by the new Paramount release Eon Flux. And what we learned about these two newer fighters to the UFC is that they match up fairly evenly in terms of reach. Gabriel Gonzaga, 9 years the junior of American-born Kevin Jordan.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Herb Dean.
You know, Kevin Jordan told us before the fight that he kind of puts Gabriel Gonzaga on being a ground fighter, so he'd really been spending much of his preparation for tonight looking forward to that kind of fight.
Come on, let's do it.
And we are underway.
Touch gloves and shine of respect. Oh, big right hand by Kevin Jordan. Gabriel might got caught there cold. Good takedown by Gabriel. Kevin Jordan has him in half guard. Gabriel's on top, looking to pass. And he does. Very nice. He's got a head and arm choke. He's got an arm triangle on that side if he can cinch it up. You see what Kevin Jordan's doing with his arms there. He's got his arms wrapped under his leg to keep Gabriel from extending Kevin's left arm straight. If he gets his left arm straight above his head, then he can cinch in that arm triangle. What Gabriel's trying to do now is somehow or another force that arm up, and good job defending it by Kevin Jordan. Gabriel's trying to get him to loosen up. He wants to get that left arm free. If he can get that left arm free, he can get it up higher and press it up, and from there he can attach right there. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get he's going to try to get his left hand, and now he's mounted. All right, let go of the arm triangle.
It looked like he wanted to just get onto his knees for more punching leverage there. He gave up on the arm triangle.
Yeah, he might have got a little frustrated with that position and decided to just punch him and force him to move to make a new opening. Gabriel Gonzaga showing good ground skills, though.
Well, if in fact this is how Kevin Jordan trained, as he told us earlier, he should certainly be versed in this. And certainly not surprised by Gonzaga having him down on his back. But the big, strong heavyweights here.
Kevin Jordan taking some punishment. He's pressed up against the fence, which is always a bad spot. A lot of people refer to the fence as the third opponent.
A reminder, the Ultimate Fighter 1 DVD is on sale now at all major retail outlets.
Unlike fighting in a ring, which a lot of these smaller organizations use, and the fence you can really use to your advantage. It's almost like another weapon. It's like somebody holding that guy in that spot for you. Gabriel going for the arm, going for the Kimura, it looks like there. Good mount, very nice. Distracts him with the Kimura and then achieves mount. Now we see Gabriel trying to move him away from the fence. Now he doesn't want him on the fence. He wants to move him away so he can get some room to punch.
Oh, he lands one clean onto the chin.
Yeah, I bet Gabriel is going to use these punches to try to set up some sort of a submission. Soften him up with punches. Then once he's got him reaching like here, oh, he slipped out.
And Jordan frees himself from the ground.
The idea there was to go for his right arm, but he slipped. Good kick by Jordan.
Jordan is definitely a bit sleepy after being down on the ground as long as he was.
It's a lot of weight on top of you. A lot of pressure, it wears you out.
But you figure the longer Kevin Jordan can dance on his feet like this, give him a chance to get his wits about him.
Yeah, Gabriel looks exhausted as well. That was a very half-hearted attempt at a takedown. Oh, swing and a miss.
Things go so much heavier and slower with the heavyweights as Jordan and Gonzaga are approaching the minute mark in our first of 3 scheduled rounds.
Some of them. You ever see Arlovsky?
Some of them. Good point.
Guy moves like a welterweight.
Good point.
All right, Gabriel looks like he's biding his time here, catching his breath a little bit. He's going to try to look to pass Kevin Jordan's half guard. Punches him to distract him. He's going to try to sneak his right leg out, and there he goes. He snuck it out. He's got the mount. Okay, bad spot for Kevin Jordan. Again, he's trying to push that arm up. It looks like he likes that arm triangle. Now he's going for the Americana.
Oh, and a lot of swings and misses there. That was kind of a punch-drunk series. I think both of these guys are waiting for the end of the first round. And I don't know if Herb Dean's going to bother standing him up here inside of 15 seconds. Well, they'll stand themselves up. Boy, nothing doing here. What the deuce?
Stephen Bonner and Forrest Griffin, the two guys who engaged in that epic battle in the finals of the Ultimate Fighter Season 1. Incredibly close fight. Both of them were awarded contracts. Forrest Griffin was awarded the decision. Two guys with an excellent future in the UFC.
Well, we remind you, great UFC action coming up next. A title belt on the line as Rich Franklin tries to defend against the heavy hands of Nate Quarry.
That's an exciting fight. What a great card so far.
Well, the champ is favored to defend his title tonight, but there are some that say that Quarry is perhaps more adept at the weight that they'll be fighting at, that middleweight bout.
Well, Rich Franklin came in actually light in this fight. He came in 183 pounds, and he has been much more comfortable in making that 185-pound division than he was when he first did it against Jorge Rivera. His first fight at 185, he looked gaunt, drawn out, but since then he's looked very hydrated and very full and enormous for 185 pounds. I mean, he's walking around well over 200 pounds and making that cut.
And that middleweight championship bout is coming up next. Second round, Jordan v. Gonzaga underway here. How do you have that first round scored, Joe?
You got to give it to Gonzaga, excuse me, because he almost finished it a couple of times. He controlled the action on the ground, and it definitely wasn't where Kevin Jordan wanted to be. However, he looks very tired here. His mouth is wide open, and unless Kevin Jordan makes a big swing and a miss, I don't know if he has the energy to take him down. So this is a good spot for Kevin Jordan right here. It doesn't look like Gabriel has the kind of explosive energy left to shoot in on. Once he gets him to the ground and controls him, then he can take his time and relax and use his technique. But in this particular situation, where Kevin looks pretty well rested, he looks pretty fresh, Gabriel does not, and it looks like Kevin is the better stand-up.
No, I'd agree. There's not a whole lot of spring to Gabriel Gonzaga right now.
Yeah, Kevin's just definitely avoiding those takedowns, but quite honestly, he doesn't have to do much to do it. Gabriel's takedowns are pretty weak at this point.
Let's be honest, there's not a whole lot of spring to either one of these guys right now.
No, that's what happens when you're carrying around 250 pounds. Yes, of course.
Referee admonishment now.
The crowd's not happy.
Herb Dean trying to get these guys engaged.
Referee Herb Dean knows a little bit about fighting himself. Mixed martial arts veteran. Fought many times. Actually, there's an interesting side note to how much weight Joe Riggs has lost. He actually defeated Herb Dean at heavyweight.
Wow.
Yeah. Now he's fighting at 170. It's crazy.
Earlier, Riggs was defeated by Matt Hughes. We remind you the action will be a lot faster, a bit more of a furious pace to our middleweight championship bout coming up next.
Again, trying to take down, but he just does not have the explosive energy to take Kevin down. And there hasn't been a whole lot of action in this round. You kind of have to question his conditioning.
We could actually remind you of a lot of things during the pace of this second round of this fight.
Yeah.
They're all over him. Fans are all over him.
Good leg kick by Gabriel.
Inside of a minute and a half left in the second of 3 scheduled rounds.
People are stomping their hands on the ground.
And here we go, an official admonishment by Hordine.
Yeah, I mean, this is the UFC, man. This isn't Gladiator Challenge. You know, one of the dark matches that doesn't even hit the videotapes. This is a big bout.
But Gonzaga throwing a couple of kicks for the first time here. Inside of a minute now.
Well, what we have here is Gonzaga not having the energy to take him down. And there he goes. Finally. All right, now this is a good spot for Gonzaga. Even though he's tired, he can conserve his energy with technique and with positioning and try to force some sort of a submission on Kevin Jordan. If it just comes down to his punches and his elbows, I don't know if he has the energy to stop him at this point. But he does have good submissions. Looks like he's working the guillotine on the left side. The guillotine is... it takes a lot of strength to pull that off, and at this point in time, he might have so much fatigue and lactic acid in his muscles, he might not have the strength or the energy to do that.
We hear the 10-second hammer as time ticks away on a rather uneventful second heavyweight round. Fans don't like it much. Well, safe to say that the third round, something's going to have to give. And I'm sure Chuck with us thinking the same thing. Chuck versus Randy. The third part of their trilogy was announced earlier today by Dana White. Among the many announcements that we heard earlier tonight.
Yeah, crazy announcement. Return of B.J. Penn. Tito Ortiz and Ken Shamrock, the hosts of the coaches of the next Ultimate Fighter. Frank Mir coming back.
Go 2, 3, 2. You'll knock the guy out. All right? You want to come back to the show. You want to come back to the show, you got to be aggressive and exciting. Let's go.
You want to come back to the show, you got to be aggressive and exciting. Absolutely. No truer words have ever been spoken. Paul Buentel is standing by the side of the cage screaming at him, saying, stop the bullshit. All right, here we go.
Smelling it right out there.
Yeah.
All right, third and final round in this heavyweight bout. Again, the middleweight championship is coming up next as Rich Franklin tries to defend against Nate Quarry.
This is the last round. I'm hoping they're going to let it all hang out. Good left hand by Kevin and no follow-up. I just don't know if he has the energy to put together a sustained combination.
I don't know if the next 4+ minutes expires on this current pace. I don't know that you can even score this fight. A reminder once again, UFC 57 coming up at Mandalay Bay Saturday the 4th. Part 3 of that epic battle, and tickets again are on sale tomorrow. The middleweight championship bout on its way next is a 5-rounder.
These guys have 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. There is no reason to pace yourself. Go balls out.
you don't know. I don't know if it's pacing themselves or if there's just no gas left in the tank. Well, there we go.
Well, there's no excuse for that. This is the Super Bowl of mixed martial arts.
Having been said, we should put the disclaimer on it that this is a hell of a lot harder than it looked.
Oh, without a doubt.
There's a clean shot landed by Gonzaga. Easy for us to armchair quarterback it from our comfortable ringside seats, but
these aren't that comfortable. These are hard, cheap seats.
These guys are going through it.
Yes, they are going through it. Gabriel going for the takedown again. Stuffed by Kevin Jordan. Finally some action. Pouring it on. The last few seconds. There we go. If they can sustain this, keep it up, guys.
Start, come on.
Again, this is going to be a really difficult one to score.
It is, and it's almost like you just want to call it a wash.
Who was working harder? I don't know if there's an answer to that.
I don't know if there's an answer either. I mean, the closest thing I would say is, at least Gabriel came close to controlling the fight at one point in time, but are they saying, what are they saying?
Sounds like go home.
Yeah, go home?
It could be Rolo. Maybe it's a candy craving crowd tonight at the MGM. I think it's go home.
The crowd is chanting something. I'm not exactly sure what it is. You wrote it down. Say it. Though I wouldn't call either one of these gentlemen that.
Absolutely not. Not all 160 pounds of my soft
Superman punch.
Jordan's out. Jordan's out. Jordan's
big
out.
end for it by Gabriel. Wow, out of nowhere.
One huge punch after all that inactivity that flat out caught Kevin Jordan.
Unbelievable ending out of nowhere. Gabriel just lunges in with that Superman punch and catches a sleeping Kevin Jordan right on the chin.
Well, if in fact he was playing cat and mouse, he couldn't have timed it any better because he had everybody in the arena disengaged, and when Kevin Jordan seemed to lock off, Gabriel Gonzaga strike, and he is the victor in this heavyweight bout.
He comes in with the Superman punch.
Oh, man.
That's it. It's the fake kick, jump in with the punch. The first time I ever saw this was Josh Thompson versus Rob McCullough in the WFA. It's a beautiful technique. Let's take a look at that one more time. Gabriel pouring it on when he needed to. Fakes the kick, boom, and leaps in with the punch. Kevin Jordan stunned and bloodied, and Gabriel reaches in to finish the fight.
Ronnie Wood loves it, baby. I don't know if Ron Wood does nearly as good a Ron Wood as Mike Myers does.
How cool is that dude, though? 63, still on the road.
Oh, believe it.
Putting on a hell of a show.
Believe it.
Selling out everywhere. It's a new era.
Former member of the Faces. And not a lot of good-looking faces here after that Superman punch, as Joe so accurately called. The combination of the fist and the elbow finishes things and makes a winner out of Gabriel Gonzaga. For the official word, we go back into the octagon and Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes 39 seconds of the third round. For the winner by knockout, Gabriel Gonzaga.